Greetings and welcome to this lecture on thermodynamics. So we have seen in previous lectures Otto cycle, dual cycle and diesel cycle analysis, where we had seen PV diagram, TS diagram, and in detail we had derived the equations of efficiencies for each case. So today we will be discussing comparison between Otto cycle, dual cycle and diesel cycle. This comparison is important from technical interview point of view as well as from gate point of view, gate examination point of view. So we will start with this one. So to begin with, we will quickly revise Otto cycle, diesel cycle and dual cycle. So in case of Otto cycle, so basically what are the assumptions which we had seen? So assumption was air is the working fluid, okay, and heat supplied, heat rejected. These are through external reservoirs and there is no chemical reaction when we are supplying the heat to the cycle. Then the next thing is all the processes in this cycle are reversible. Air we are considering as ideal gas, and Cp and Cv value for air, it is constant, it is not varying with temperatures. So these are the assumptions which we had defined at the earlier stage. And in case of Otto cycle, we have process 1 to 2, which is isentropic compression. So here also you can see process 1 to 2 on TS diagram it is vertical and temperature is increasing of 0.2, so it is isentropic compression. Then 2 to 3 it is constant volume heat addition. Here also on TS diagram you can see 2 to 3 it is constant volume heat addition or heat supplied, QS. Then 3 to 4 is isentropic expansion where we get expansion work, and then 4 to 1 is constant volume heat rejection. Now next one is diesel cycle. So what is the difference between Otto cycle and diesel cycle? Only one difference, heat which is added, it is at constant pressure. In case of Otto cycle, heat was added at constant volume. So here you can see rest of the cycle is remaining same. So 1 to 2 is isentropic compression, 2 to 3 is constant pressure heat addition, then 3 to 4 is isentropic expansion where we get work from diesel cycle, and 4 to 1 is constant volume heat rejection. Now here also you can see I have drawn TS diagram, and here you have to remember that since 2 to 3 is constant pressure, so if I am drawing two curves over here, one is constant pressure and constant volume. So constant volume curve is steeper as compared to constant pressure. So you should remember this. Next one is dual cycle. So dual cycle, in case of dual cycle, heat is added at constant volume as well as constant pressure. So what are the processes in case of dual cycle? 1 to 2 is isentropic compression, then 2 to 3 is constant volume heat addition, 3 to 4 is constant pressure heat addition, and 4 to 5 is isentropic expansion, and 5 to 1 is constant volume heat rejection. On TS diagram also you can see 2 to 3, here you can see it is constant volume curve, and if I extend this curve, like this, so this is volume equal to constant and this one is pressure equal to constant. So here you can see orange curve, volume equal to constant, it is steeper, and from 3 we can get pressure equal to constant. So in this way we have already seen this Otto cycle, diesel cycle and dual cycle. Now one thing you can notice over here, what is the maximum pressure and temperature in case of Otto cycle? So this you can get from PV diagram and TS diagram. So what is the maximum pressure in this Otto cycle? Here you can see 0.3 pressure. What about the maximum temperature in case of Otto cycle? It is T3. So P3 is maximum pressure and T3 is maximum temperature. Now why I am defining this, you should remember this. Why? Because when we are comparing, we will be comparing based on maximum pressure and temperature also. So that is why I am telling you in Otto cycle, after heat addition process is completed, whatever pressure and temperature is there, that is maximum pressure and maximum temperature. Then if you see diesel cycle, in case of diesel cycle, P2 and P3 both are same. So this is the important part which you should remember. P2 is equal to P3 and both are maximum pressures in case of diesel cycle. Whereas what is the maximum temperature in case of diesel cycle? It is T3. So T3 is the maximum temperature in case of diesel cycle. Now you should remember that dual cycle efficiency will be always in between Otto cycle and diesel cycle. So when we are comparing Otto cycle, diesel cycle and dual cycle, usually this one, dual cycle, its efficiency will always be in between this one. Now in some cases Otto cycle efficiency may be greater. In some cases greatest one, Otto cycle might be the greatest efficiency out of all three of them, and in some cases diesel cycle efficiency might be greatest. But if you see the dual cycle, it will be in between. Okay, so with this knowledge we will move on to the comparison. Okay, now first comparison here you can see for same compression ratio and same heat input, very important. So for same compression ratio, what do you mean by compression ratio? It is volume before compression. So if you consider, let me show you this. So for this, okay, in order to compare Otto cycle, diesel cycle and dual cycle, basically we need to impose PV TS diagram of all these cycles over one another. Okay, so first cycle we will see. First cycle is which cycle? Otto cycle. Okay, now what is given? Same compression ratio is given. So compression ratio same meaning V1 upon V2 ratio is same. So here you can see for all the three cycles, Otto cycle, dual cycle, diesel cycle, 1 to 2 process, it is remaining same. So same compression ratio. And what is the next part? Same heat input. Okay, so how we can maintain the same heat input on TH diagram, this we will see later. Okay, so first we will see same compression ratio. So here you can see process 1 to 2, process 1 to 2, this is isentropic compression in case of Otto cycle. Then 2 to 3, this one is constant volume heat addition in Otto cycle. 3 to 4, 3 double dash to 4 double dash. This one will be isentropic expansion in case of Otto cycle, and 4 double dash to 1, this will be constant volume heat rejection in case of Otto cycle. Now if you consider TH diagram, we will plot Otto cycle on TH diagram. So 1 to 2 is isentropic compression on Otto cycle. Then 2 to 3 double dash, this one will be constant volume heat addition in case of Otto cycle. Then 3 double dash to 4 double dash is isentropic expansion in Otto cycle, and 4 double dash to 1 is heat rejection in Otto cycle. So we have plotted Otto cycle on PV and TS diagram. Now next cycle is diesel cycle. Okay, now in case of diesel cycle, we should remember that we should maintain same compression ratio. So 1 to 2 process will be same. So 1 to 2 will be isentropic compression. Then heat addition is same. Okay, now this heat addition we will see, this part will be clear on the TH diagram. Okay, now this 2 to 3 is heat addition, constant pressure heat addition in diesel cycle. Then 3 to 4 is isentropic expansion, and 4 to 1 is constant volume heat rejection in diesel cycle. So we have indicated blue cycle as Otto cycle and green cycle as diesel cycle. Now we will follow diesel cycle on TH diagram. Now here the things are very important. Okay, so understand how and why we draw diesel cycle in this way on TH diagram. So what is the first condition? Same compression ratio. So 1 to 2, it will remain same for diesel cycle. Then here it is important to understand that what is the next part? Same heat input, very important. For same heat input. Okay, now two things here you should understand. First thing is area under TH diagram is heat. So if you consider process 2 to 3 double dash, in case of Otto cycle, what is heat supplied? It will be area under 2 to 3 double dash, which is this area. So which is this area. So this is the heat supplied in case of Otto cycle. Okay, now next thing you should remember is in case of Otto cycle, we have constant volume. This curve is constant volume heat addition. But in case of diesel cycle, we have constant pressure heat addition and constant volume. So this is constant volume curve, volume equal to constant. So constant pressure curve, it is having less slope. So here you can see I have drawn constant pressure curve. So this curve is pressure equal to constant curve from point 2. So from same point I am drawing constant volume curve and constant pressure curve. Now here you can understand, if I take, for diesel cycle, if I stop at this point, okay, this is 3 double dash for Otto cycle. So on the same vertical line, if I stop over here, constant pressure heat addition for diesel cycle, then you can see area under the this 2 to this point, it will reduce. So this will not be same heat input. So what is required is we need to extend this curve beyond this 3 double dash 4 double dash vertical one. So that is why here you can see I start at point number 2 and constant pressure curve, it will go up to, it will go beyond this vertical 3 double dash and 4 double dash. Why? Because if you stop at this point, you can see area under this curve, it is less as compared to 2 3 double dash. But same heat input is there. So basically this heat is supplied from 2 to 3 and it goes up to here. So this is constant pressure heat addition 2 to 3 in case of diesel cycle. Then next part 3 to 4 is isentropic expansion in diesel cycle, and 4 to 1 this is constant volume heat rejection in case of diesel cycle. So we have drawn Otto cycle and we have drawn diesel cycle on PV and TH diagram. Now next we will see the last cycle which I wanted to explain here is dual cycle. Okay, so we will see next cycle, dual cycle. So again in case of dual cycle, this comparison is for same compression ratio. So process 1 to 2 isentropic compression, it will follow the same curve. Then in case of dual cycle, heat is added at constant volume first. So 2 to 2 dash constant volume heat addition, then 2 dash to 3 dash constant pressure heat addition. Then 3 dash to 4 dash is isentropic expansion in case of dual cycle. And then 4 dash to 1, this is constant volume heat rejection in case of dual cycle. Now we have to follow the cycle on TH diagram. Again here TH diagram is critical. Why? Because we have to maintain same heat input. Now since same compression ratio is there, 1 to 2 will be same. So 1 to 2 is remaining same. Now from point 2, first we have to add heat at constant volume. So here you can see from 2 to 2 dash. This is the part where we are adding heat. Okay, this much part. Okay, this is the curve. So this much part 2 to 2 dash we are adding heat at constant volume. Now from 2 dash point we have to draw constant pressure curve, and we know that constant pressure curve, it is having less slope as compared to constant volume. So from 2 dash, here you can see I am drawing constant pressure curve. So this is constant pressure equal to constant curve for which cycle? From 2 dash I am drawing, it is for dual cycle. Now again, if you consider over here, suppose from 2 dash I stop at this location. So you can compare what is the original heat addition in case of Otto cycle. It is 2 to area under curve 2 to 3 double dash, which I have highlighted over here with shown in hatching red color. Now if I add heat at constant pressure from 2 dash to this point, here you can see this some part of the heat is not added. Now to compensate this, I have to go beyond this point and heat addition is done up to 3 dash. So it is beyond this vertical line 3 double dash and 4 double dash. So I'll show that process now. So we have reached up to constant volume heat addition for dual cycle. Then we will follow 2 dash to 3 dash, which is constant pressure heat addition in case of dual cycle. Now from here 3 dash to 4 dash, it will be vertical isentropic expansion in dual cycle, and 4 dash to 1, this is constant volume heat rejection in case of dual cycle. So here you should understand that we have maintained two things are same. First one is compression ratio, which is on PV diagram you can see process 1 to 2. So it is V1 by V2. So this ratio we are maintaining constant for all the 3 cycles. And on TH diagram, 1 to 2 is same for all the processes or for all the 3 cycles. 1 to 2 is same, and the heat addition process. Heat addition, we first draw 2 to 3 double dash for Otto cycle, and we consider the area under the 2 to 3 double dash curve, which is indicating the heat supply, heat input, and based on that area we are defining areas for diesel cycle and dual cycle. And we found that since we have to maintain heat supply as same heat input is there, we have to actually go beyond this 3 double dash to 4 double dash vertical. Next, we have to compare the efficiency of all the 3 cycles. So first, efficiency formula. What is the efficiency formula? Efficiency is W net upon heat supplied, net work output upon heat supplied. Okay, now W net is equal to Q net according to first law of thermodynamics for a cycle. All these three Otto cycle, diesel cycle and dual cycles are closed cycles. So we can write summation of W net is equal to Q net for a cycle divided by Qs. Now what is Q net? It is heat supplied minus heat rejected upon heat supplied will be there as it is. So from here what you will get is 1 minus heat rejected upon heat supplied. Now this formula is important because based on this formula we will be commenting on which efficiency is higher out of Otto cycle, diesel cycle and dual cycle. So we will see this point by point. So first thing, if you see this QR and QS. Now if you see this efficiency formula, efficiency is 1 minus this ratio. 1 minus this ratio. So if you maintain this, if this value is small, so efficiency value will be large. This you should understand. So in order to make this value QR by QS small, heat supplied should be more and heat rejection should be less. Now in this question, okay, in this comparison, we are maintaining that, we are saying that same heat input is there, meaning we are maintaining QS as constant. So this denominator part is constant. So what we will vary is, so from diagram also you can see, we are getting different heat rejections in case of all the three cycles. So Otto cycle, diesel cycle and dual cycle, in these three cycles, heat rejection is different. So based on heat rejection, we can comment on efficiency. So in order to have larger efficiency, okay, heat supplied should be more, but in this case heat supplied is same and heat rejection should be less. Now if you see the diagram over here, in which case heat rejection is the smallest. So if you consider what is the heat rejection in case of Otto cycle, it is 4-1. So 4-1 is heat rejection. So what will be the heat rejection on TH diagram? It is area under the TH diagram. So here you can see it will be this small area. If you consider diesel cycle, in that case area will be under 4-1 curve. And if you consider dual cycle, area will be under 4-1 curve. So heat rejection, it is smallest in case of which cycle? In case of Otto cycle for these conditions. Same compression ratio and same heat input. So here you can see now, for same amount of heat supplied, efficiency will be maximum for cycle having least heat rejection. And least heat rejection is in case of Otto cycle, which you can understand from TS diagram. So heat rejection in case of Otto cycle is less than heat rejection in case of dual cycle is less than heat rejection in case of diesel cycle. So heat rejection is least in case of Otto cycle. So which efficiency will be the highest? Efficiency of Otto cycle is greater than efficiency of dual cycle. It is greater than efficiency of diesel cycle. So for this condition, for which condition? Same compression ratio RC and heat supplied QS. This is the condition. It will depend on what condition we are actually maintaining for the cycle. So if you consider same compression ratio and same heat input, in this case efficiency of Otto cycle is greater than efficiency of dual is greater than efficiency of diesel cycle. Now we will see case number B. In case number B, for same compression ratio. So again in this case we are maintaining same compression ratio, meaning process 1 to 2, it will remain same for all the three cycles: Otto cycle, diesel cycle and dual cycle. What is the second condition? Same heat rejection. So if you recall case A, it was same heat input. Same heat input means the heat addition process, it was having same heat. Now here what we are saying, same heat rejection. So process, here you can see process 5-1. Okay, this process is same for all the three cycles. So 1 to 2, which is same compression ratio, it will be V1 upon V2 compression ratio. So this is same for all the three cycles, and same heat rejection, meaning 5-1 is same for all the three cycles. So again we will start with our analysis. First we will see Otto cycle. So in case of Otto cycle, process 1 to 2 is isentropic compression. Here also I will draw at the same time 1 to 2 process, it is isentropic compression. Now process 2 to 6, okay, we are considering process 2 to 6, it is constant volume heat addition in case of Otto cycle. Here you can see I have drawn from 2, let me again show over here, from 2, this is a curve indicating volume equal to constant from point 2. So from point 2 I will draw constant volume heat addition. It will reach 6. Now 6 to 5, it is isentropic expansion in case of Otto cycle. So this will be on PV diagram. 6 to 5 isentropic expansion in case of Otto cycle. 6 to 5. Similarly, here you can see 6 to 5 on TS diagram, this will be constant entropy, that is isentropic expansion in case of Otto cycle. Then next one, 5 to 1 is constant volume heat rejection in case of Otto cycle. Here also on TS diagram 5 to 1, this will be constant volume heat rejection on Otto cycle. So we have completed with Otto cycle. Next cycle we will take diesel cycle. So next cycle is diesel cycle. So for same compression ratio, meaning 1 to 2 process is remaining same. So 1 to 2 we are maintaining same compression ratio. So isentropic compression in case of diesel cycle. Then 2 to 7. Okay, here 2 to 7, this one is constant pressure heat addition in case of diesel cycle. Now if you want to draw the same process on TS diagram, I have to first draw constant pressure curve on TS diagram. So this is pressure equal to constant curve from point number 2. So this curve is pressure equal to constant. Here you can see constant pressure curve, it is less steeper as compared to constant volume curve when we draw from point number 2. Now isentropic compression for diesel cycle, it will be process 1 to 2. Now it is overlapping because we have same compression ratio. Then 2 to 7 is constant pressure heat addition in case of diesel cycle. So we will follow this constant pressure curve. 2 to 7 is constant pressure heat addition. Now here it has not been mentioned that we have same heat addition. So here we will not go beyond this 6.5 vertical. Okay, so this point itself, it will be point number 7. Then 7 to 5 is isentropic expansion in case of diesel cycle. So 7 to 5, here you can see it is isentropic expansion in case of diesel cycle. And 5 to 1 is constant volume heat rejection in case of diesel cycle. Now we have to maintain same heat rejection. So that is why here you can see 5 to 1 curve, it is also overlapping. So 5 to 1 is constant volume heat rejection. So here you can see 5 to 1, it is same for Otto cycle as well as diesel cycle. So basically heat rejection, same heat rejection, meaning area under this curve 5 to 1. So this, it will be this area. So we are maintaining same heat rejection. Same heat rejection is maintained on TS diagram, and here you can see we are maintaining V1 and V2 same for Otto cycle, diesel cycle, and it will be maintained same for dual cycle as well. Okay, next cycle we will see dual cycle. So dual cycle, process 1 to 2, it will be same isentropic compression. It will follow the same curve. We will reach point number 2. So same compression ratio is maintained in all the 3 cycles. Then 2 to 3, it is constant volume heat addition. Now we will see TS diagram. Process 1 to 2 is isentropic compression, and we are maintaining same compression ratio. So all the processes 1 to 2 for all the 3 cycles, it will be same. Then 2 to 3, this is which process? Constant volume. So from here, this curve, if you see this one, it was constant volume curve. So from 2 we will reach point 3 over here. So this will be point number 3. So if you see this, I have drawn from this point number 2, this is already I have drawn constant volume curve. Then 3 to 4 is constant pressure heat addition in dual cycle. Now same thing I want to indicate on TS diagram. So for that I will draw first constant pressure curve from point number 3. So from point number 3, this I will draw constant pressure curve. Now this constant pressure curve, pressure equal to constant, you can see from point number 3, this is constant volume which is steeper as compared to constant pressure curve. So this you should remember properly. Then from 3 we will at constant pressure add heat till point number 4. Now why we are stopping at point number 4? Because we have isentropic expansion, and that will give us point number 5, and point 5 is important. That point 5 should be at this location only, then only we will get heat rejection in all the 3 cycles same. That is why we are stopping at this location. We are not stopping before this, or we are not stopping after this. Okay, so till point number 4 we have reached. Now 4 to 5, this one is isentropic expansion in case of dual cycle. So 4 to 5 is isentropic expansion in case of dual cycle, and 5 to 1 is constant volume heat rejection. Here also you can see 5 to 1, this is constant volume heat rejection in case of dual cycle. Again here you will find that dual cycle is in between, efficiency is in between Otto cycle and diesel cycle. Okay, so we'll see the analysis part now. So what is the efficiency formula? Efficiency is W net upon heat supplied, and since all these 3 are cycles, we can replace W net by Q net according to first law of thermodynamics, divided by Qs, and Q net is heat supplied minus heat rejected. So from here we will again get same formula as we had seen in previous slide, 1 minus heat rejected upon heat supplied. Now in this case you should understand that again efficiency, if you reduce this value QR upon QS, then efficiency will be greater, because 1 upon smaller value will give larger value. So we need to reduce this QR by QS ratio. So how you can reduce this? Increase QS and decrease QR. But in this case heat rejection is same, so numerator it is remaining constant. So what we have to see is in which cycle heat supplied is largest. So that will give maximum efficiency. And here you can see heat supplied, this 2 to 6, area under this curve 2 to 6, this is for Otto cycle, constant volume heat addition. Then 2 to 7, this is constant pressure heat addition in case of diesel cycle, and 2 to 3 constant volume heat addition. Then 3 to 4 is constant pressure heat addition. This is in case of dual cycle. So if you consider area under curve 2 to 6, it will be largest. Okay, so heat supplied is largest in case of Otto cycle. Then in between, if you see this curve 2 to 3, 3 to 4, this area will be in between, which is dual cycle. And if you consider curve 2 to 7, constant pressure heat addition in case of diesel cycle, area under 2 to 7, it is the least one. So now I can write the same thing. For same amount of heat rejection, that is area under 1 on TS diagram, this is same, and we are maintaining same compression ratio, efficiency will be maximum for the cycle to which heat supply is maximum. And heat supply is maximum, this we can understand from the areas. So here you can see that heat supplied in case of Otto cycle is greater than heat supplied in case of dual cycle is greater than heat supplied in case of diesel cycle. So which efficiency will be highest one? Otto cycle. So efficiency of Otto cycle is greater than dual cycle is greater than diesel cycle. But what is the condition for this? For same compression ratio and heat rejection. For same compression ratio and heat rejection. Now in order to understand next comparison, you need to, again we will quickly go through which pressure and temperature is highest in case of Otto cycle and diesel cycle. So if you recall, In case of Otto cycle, P3 pressure is highest pressure and T3 temperature is the highest temperature. If you consider diesel cycle, process 2 to 3, this is constant pressure heat addition. So pressure P2 is equal to pressure P3 and these are the highest pressure values. And temperature, highest temperature will be T3. In case of dual cycle, even if we do the comparison, it will be in between Otto cycle and diesel cycle. So we will see the next comparison. So this comparison is for same maximum pressure and temperature. So what is the maximum pressure for Otto cycle? It is pressure after heat addition. And what is the maximum temperature? In case of Otto cycle, it is temperature after heat addition. Similarly, in case of diesel cycle, pressure P2 and pressure P3, which is pressure before heat addition and pressure after heat addition, they are remaining same. So this is the highest pressure, and if you consider temperature after heat addition, T3 is the highest. Now why I am using the sentences over here is because when we are actually doing the comparison, it is not necessary that you will get point number 3 in diesel cycle as end of the heat addition process. Okay, that is why I am specifically mentioning that this temperature is at the end of heat addition, at the completion of heat addition process. So using this logic now, we have to draw PV and TS diagram and impose Otto cycle, diesel cycle and dual cycle one over other for these conditions. What are the conditions? Same maximum pressure and temperature. So one by one we will see. First we will see Otto cycle. So first we are looking at Otto cycle. So in case of Otto cycle, process 1 to 6 is isentropic compression. On TS diagram also I will show this process. 1 to 6 process is isentropic compression. Then next process is constant volume heat addition for Otto cycle. So 6 to 4 is constant volume heat addition for Otto cycle. Now from point number 6, here you can see from point number 6 I have drawn constant volume curve. So I have drawn constant volume curve and I will show process 6 to 4 which is constant volume heat addition. Now process 4 to 5, this is isentropic expansion in case of Otto cycle. And on TS diagram also you will see process 4 to 5 is isentropic expansion in case of Otto cycle. Then 5 to 1, it is constant volume heat rejection. 5 to 1 is constant volume heat rejection in case of Otto cycle. Here this arrow will be in this direction. This is 5 to 1. Now what we have to basically maintain is same maximum pressure. So here you can see pressure, maximum pressure in case of all the 3 cycles it is same. Okay, here you can see on PV diagram, and we have to maintain same maximum temperature. So you can see point number 4, this is for all the 3 cycles, and maximum temperature also we are maintaining same. So this you should remember. Now we will see second cycle. Second cycle is diesel cycle. Diesel cycle. So process 1 to 7 is isentropic compression in case of diesel cycle. Now we are going beyond this point number 6. Why? Because we have to maintain same maximum pressure. So we have to maintain same maximum pressure in diesel cycle. So 1 to 2, 1 to 7. Again, I'll show 1 to 7 on TH diagram. This is for constant isentropic compression. Now next process from 7 to 4, it is constant pressure heat addition in diesel cycle. Now from point number 7, I am drawing a curve which is this one. This one will be which curve? This one will be pressure equal to constant curve. Now from point number 7, this one will be constant pressure heat addition. Now here you can see the maximum temperature in diesel cycle we get after heat addition, and this temperature, it is same as Otto cycle maximum temperature. So we are maintaining this condition. We are maintaining same maximum pressure on PV diagram, and we are maintaining same maximum temperature also. Here you can see on TS diagram. Then 4 to 5 is isentropic expansion in case of diesel cycle. Here also you will see 4 to 5, this is isentropic expansion in case of diesel cycle. And 5 to 1, it is constant volume heat rejection in case of diesel cycle. Here also 5 to 1 will be, 5 to 1 is constant volume heat rejection in diesel cycle. Next cycle, dual cycle. In case of dual cycle, again we have to maintain maximum pressure and maximum temperature as same. So process 1 to 2 is isentropic compression in case of dual cycle, and here also I'll show on TH diagram process 1 to 2 is isentropic compression in case of dual cycle. Now next process of dual cycle is constant volume heat addition in dual cycle. Now here you can see that finally the pressure, okay, here you can see 3 and 4 pressure, it is same as highest pressure. In case of dual cycle, it will become same as Otto and diesel cycle. So here from this point number 2, I'll draw volume equal to constant curve. So here you can see this curve, this is volume equal to constant curve. And if you recall, we had drawn from point number 7 pressure equal to constant, and they intersect, these two curves intersect at this point, and from this point if you consider volume equal to constant, here you can see easily it is steeper as compared to pressure equal to constant curve. Okay, now we'll continue with this one. So 2 to 3 is volume equal to constant. So from 2 to 3, this curve we will follow volume equal to constant. Then 3 to 4 is constant pressure heat addition in dual cycle. So from point 3, I'll follow the constant pressure curve which I had drawn in case of 7 to 4 process, which was diesel cycle. So I'll follow the same curve from 3 to 4. So this is constant pressure heat addition in case of dual cycle. And then here you can see that highest temperature in dual cycle, which is after the constant pressure heat addition, it is same as in case of diesel cycle and Otto cycle. Then 4 to 5 is isentropic expansion. Here also you can see 4 to 5, it is isentropic expansion, and 5 to 1 is constant volume heat rejection in case of dual cycle. So from here again, we have to find which efficiency is greater out of these three. So here you can understand that heat rejection from TS diagram, heat rejection is same in case of all the three cycles. So basically we are going to compare this based on heat supply, and in which case heat supply is maximum in case of this green cycle. Here you can clearly see cycle 1, 7, 4, 5. So area under heat supplied under the curve 7 to 4, it is greatest. So this area will be that curve. This area will be area under 7 to 4. So heat supply is maximum in case of which cycle? In case of diesel cycle. Then in between this one, this is dual cycle, and least area will be under this 6 to 4, which is Otto cycle. So from here what I can write is, again efficiency definition will be same. Finally we will get efficiency is equal to 1 minus heat rejected upon heat supplied, and this heat rejected 1 minus smaller value will give larger value of efficiency. And since heat rejection, this numerator part, it is remaining same, which we have seen over here, 5 to 1, it is remaining same. Whichever cycle whose heat supply value is maximum, that cycle will have maximum efficiency. And from TH diagram we can see that it is 7 to 4 process, 7 to 4 constant pressure heat addition in case of diesel cycle, which is giving highest heat addition value. So what I can write is, for same amount of heat rejected from 5 to 1, which we can see on TH diagram, efficiency will be maximum for the cycle to which heat supply is maximum. And heat supply in case of diesel cycle is greater than dual cycle, is greater than Otto cycle. That is why efficiency of diesel cycle is greater than efficiency of dual cycle, is greater than efficiency of Otto cycle. So this is valid for which condition? Condition is very important. For same maximum pressure, meaning here you can see what is the maximum pressure in case of Otto cycle, it is T4. What is the maximum temperature in case of Otto cycle? It is T4. What is the maximum pressure in case of diesel cycle? It is P7 equal to P4. What is the maximum temperature in case of diesel cycle? It is T4. What is the maximum pressure in case of dual cycle? It is P3 equal to P4. And what is the maximum temperature in case of dual cycle? It is T4. So we are keeping same maximum pressure and temperature for all the three cycles, and for that efficiency of diesel cycle is greater than efficiency of dual cycle, is greater than efficiency of Otto cycle. Next one we will see, for same maximum pressure, so we are maintaining same pressure and same heat input. Now here I am not drawing dual cycle, because dual cycle it will be, efficiency will be in between Otto cycle and diesel cycle. So for fourth case I am only drawing Otto cycle and diesel cycle. Dual cycle efficiency will be in between. And cycles I have declared over here. Otto cycle, it is given by this numbering 1, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 1. This is Otto cycle, and diesel cycle is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So when you are writing the answer after drawing the PV and TH diagram based on the given condition, you have to define the cycles. So what are the numbering of the respective cycles, that you have to define besides PV and TH diagram. Okay, now we will again see this one by one. First we will see Otto cycle. In case of Otto cycle, so process 1 to 2 dash is isentropic compression in case of Otto cycle. Here also 1 to 2 dash, this is isentropic compression in case of Otto cycle. 2 dash to 3 dash is constant volume heat addition in case of Otto cycle. So from point 2 dash, I'll draw a volume equal to constant curve. So here you can see I have drawn volume equal to constant curve, and from 2 dash I'll follow up to 3 dash. So this will be constant volume heat addition in case of Otto cycle. Then 3 dash to 4 dash is isentropic expansion in case of Otto cycle, and 4 dash to 1 is constant volume heat rejection in case of Otto cycle. Now next cycle we will see diesel cycle. Next cycle we will see diesel cycle. So we have to maintain same maximum pressure. So 1 to 2 is isentropic compression in case of diesel cycle. And here you can see we are maintaining this pressure P2, maximum pressure P2, which is equal to P3 in case of diesel cycle, same as maximum pressure 3 dash P3 dash in case of Otto cycle. So 2 to 3 is constant pressure heat addition in case of diesel cycle. So I'll draw process 1 to 2 first, isentropic compression, and from point number 2 I'll draw this original line which I had drawn, this curve, it was volume equal to constant. Now from point number 2 I'll draw pressure equal to constant. So this curve is pressure equal to constant curve. So here you can see now process 2 to 3. Okay, so from point number 2 we are following constant pressure curve. Now I'll follow it till this one. Okay, now here you can see that constant pressure curve, okay, if you consider area below curve 2 to 3, this is greater as compared to area under 2 dash to 3 dash. Now 2 dash to 3 dash, this is heat input in case of Otto cycle, and 2 to 3 is heat input in case of diesel cycle, and it is given in the question that heat inputs should be same. We have already fulfilled one condition, same maximum pressure. So pressure we have maintained same. Now we are trying to fulfill the second condition, same input, heat input. So if you take this point 3 over here, you can see that area under this 2 to 3 dash, it will be more as compared to area under 2 dash 3 dash. So that is why we stop before 3 dash 4 dash vertical line. So here you can see 2 to 3, it is constant pressure heat addition in case of diesel cycle. Now what is the significance of this is, you can see now area under 2 dash 3 dash, which is for Otto cycle, this will be the area, and this will give you heat input in case of Otto cycle, and it will be same as this area 2 to 3, it will be same as this area. So heat input is same. This is the significance of this diagram. Now from point number 3 we have isentropic expansion in case of diesel cycle. So 3 to 4 isentropic expansion is there. So from here 3 to 4 we have isentropic expansion in diesel cycle, and 4 to 1 is constant volume heat rejection. So 4 to 1 is constant volume heat rejection in case of diesel cycle, and dual cycle will be in between. I am not showing dual cycle over here. So again, if you see this cycle, the condition is heat input is same. So heat input is same, so efficiency will depend on which term? Heat rejected, and heat rejected should be less, and it is less in which case, here you can see this green area. Now heat rejected, it is in case of diesel cycle, it is area under curve 4 to 1, and if you consider Otto cycle, heat rejection is from 4 dash to 1. So you can clearly see in TS diagram, heat rejection in case of diesel cycle, it is less as compared to Otto cycle. So efficiency of diesel cycle will be greater. So I'll write it down now. So efficiency is equal to, we'll write the same formula, 1 minus QR upon QS. Now this 1 minus this value should be smaller value so that efficiency is larger. And heat input means QS is same in all the three cases, Otto cycle, diesel cycle and dual cycle. So efficiency will depend on heat rejection. Efficiency will depend on heat rejection. So basically in this case, heat rejection is least in case of diesel cycle. So I'll write it down now. So for same amount of heat supplied, efficiency will be maximum for cycle having least heat rejection, and least heat rejection is in case of which cycle? Diesel cycle. So heat rejection in case of diesel cycle is less than heat rejection in case of dual cycle, is less than heat rejection in case of Otto cycle. So efficiency of diesel cycle is greater than efficiency of dual cycle, is greater than efficiency of Otto cycle. Dual cycle will be in between. But what is the condition for this? It is valid for maximum pressure, same maximum pressure. So we are maintaining same maximum pressure and same heat input QS. So we'll quickly revise all the four comparisons which we have seen. So first comparison which we had seen was same compression ratio and same heat input. In that case, efficiency of Otto cycle is greater than efficiency of dual cycle, is greater than efficiency of diesel cycle. In case B, we had seen for same compression ratio, that is we are maintaining 1 to 2 as same, and same heat rejection we are maintaining 5 to 1 as same. Efficiency of Otto cycle is greater than efficiency of dual cycle, is greater than efficiency of diesel cycle. Then case C, for that we had seen maximum pressure and temperature. Pressure is P3 and temperature is T3 in case of Otto cycle, and in case of diesel cycle, maximum pressure is P2, P is equal to P3, and maximum temperature is T3. Now you should remember that this P2 and P3, this is pressure before heat addition and pressure after heat addition, and this T3 is temperature after heat addition. Similarly, in case of Otto cycle, P3 is pressure after heat addition and T3 is temperature after heat addition. So these are the maximum pressures and temperatures value. So based on maximum pressure, same maximum pressure, so we are maintaining same maximum pressure for all the three cycles, and we are maintaining same maximum temperature. In case of all the three cycles, we find that diesel cycle efficiency is greater than dual, is greater than Otto cycle efficiency. And fourth case, case D, it is for same maximum pressure. So we are maintaining same maximum pressure in case of Otto cycle, dual cycle and diesel cycle, and heat input which is area under curve 2 to 3, and for which cycle? For diesel cycle, and for Otto cycle this will be area under 2 dash to 3 dash. So we are maintaining same heat input and same maximum pressure, and we find that diesel efficiency is greater than dual cycle, efficiency is greater than Otto cycle efficiency. In next lecture we will start with Brayton cycle.